Hello students, welcome to another lesson in monitoring and evaluation, that is PAM, Participatory Assessment, Monitoring and Evaluation. In this, let us gain knowledge on the evolution of PAM, its importance, the strengths and weaknesses of insiders and outsiders in evaluation focus of PAM. Participatory Assessment, Monitoring and Evaluation, what we generally refer as PAM, is a creative and adaptive information system which is based primarily on the information needs of the insiders. PAM provides the opportunity to analyze both the qualitative and quantitative information, thus providing more complete information on which to base decisions. Participatory monitoring and evaluation is a powerful approach that can empower local people, enhance equity of benefit distribution and strengthen organizational capacity as well as improve effectiveness of information gathering. It also helps in transparency of decision making and implementation of the policies of the organization. PAM makes way for a new thinking. How did it evolve? PAM was introduced initially in the field of community forestry. Community forestry has gone through various progressive stages. This has paved the way for the evolution of PAM. In the first stage, the outsiders made all the decisions that included of gathering the information, designing the project, set objectives, provided the inputs, performed the monitoring and evaluation and tried to achieve the expected outcome. However, the expected outcome was not able to meet the real needs of the communities. In the next stage, the outsiders still made the decisions, but also encouraged to listen to the insiders, that is the local people. The monitoring and evaluation was still done by the outsiders, but they could identify that the insiders knew the real needs of the community. In the further stage, the insiders have started making all the decisions with the support of the outsiders. As they could identify the real needs better, they started gathering information, design the projects, set objectives, provide inputs and activities to carry out, perform the monitoring and evaluation, achieving the desired outcome. The outsiders provide the necessary participatory approach to the insiders for them to work it out on their own. The participatory approach has begun to show encouraging results. With time and experience, this approach will continue to develop methods and tools which hold great potential for sustainable development. This is how the approach of PAM has been evolved, providing a new way of thinking. PAM blends an approach, techniques and tools to assist communities in assessing, monitoring and evaluating the value of the project to themselves. PAM works for projects, programs and communities that commits for the development of sustainability, self-help and participation. PAM is made up of three parts: the ideas, the methods and the tools that work together to support each other. PAM will not work very well if the new methods and tools are introduced without the new ideas, or if the ideas of participation are introduced with methods and tools which do not encourage participation. Now, let us see the new idea of PAM. The outsiders encourage insiders to find their own answer. Outsiders are encouraged to respond to the needs identified by the insiders. Outsiders and insiders see themselves as partners. Insiders are the implementers and managers of the project. Insiders and outsiders jointly determine what information is needed. Analysis and feedback is done in a way that encourages insider input and thus ensures insider understanding. Deeper understanding of the project is possible because the whole picture is considered. Next, let us see the new methods in PAM. Methods are the organized logical steps that are taken when planning, organizing and carrying out an activity or group of activities. With PAM, the methods are very closely linked with the concept and the tools. PAM is an ongoing process of information identification, gathering, analysis and feedback. The method is decided based on the information analysis and design of the project. There are 6 methods that can be used in PAM. Under assessment, community site selection, community problem analysis, participatory baselines. Under monitoring, participatory monitoring and ongoing evaluation. Under evaluation, participatory evaluation events, and under feedback, analysis of information and communication of results are all together considered the 6 methods in PAM. First, assessment through community site selection. Projects are often stuck with an identified predetermined solution to a problem long before the community is consulted. Most projects are funded for a specific purpose, be it forestry, health, water or education. So, in many ways the site selection in terms of country, area and focus, the problem and the solution have been done in advance. For example, field staff often have to choose specific communities in which to work. There are often many potential communities from which to choose, but the project is limited by having the financial and human resources to work with only a few. How can field staff decide which communities to work with? The purpose of a community site selection by outsiders is to obtain information on which to base the kind of decision. Next, assessment through community problem analysis. Community problem analysis builds on pre-existing community problem solving methods, laws and structures to help community members identify, analyze and find solution to their problems. It uses these same structures to facilitate negotiations between community, outside interests and user groups. Often through the assistance of an outsider, the communities can probe and explore new approaches to problem solving. The new perspectives which are introduced can increase the likelihood of new solutions. CPA can be done during the project, during the evaluation and also during the crisis such as community conflicts. Baselines are generally described as a collection of descriptive and quantitative data usually collected at the early stage of the product or project. Participatory baselines, when the beneficiaries community take the lead in describing what they perceive as important, can remedy many of the past problems and can enhance the baseline information that outsiders may require. Next is participatory monitoring and ongoing evaluation. Participatory monitoring and ongoing evaluation is a method to record and periodically analyze the information that the community or the beneficiary has determined to be important. Next, evaluation through participatory evaluation event. Participatory evaluation events are project evaluations in which communities and beneficiaries take the lead. They are encouraged and supported to take responsibility and control in planning, carrying out and reporting the results of evaluation. Outsiders, that is the field staff, donors etc., support and facilitate their efforts. The logic behind this perspective is that what the community feels are the real costs and benefits of the project are of the highest concern. The next method is feedback through information analysis and communication of results. Beneficiaries play the major role in analyzing the information and identifying an appropriate method to relay and discuss the results with others. Some of the information gathering tools of PAM have built-in analysis and feedback, while the information that is gathered from others will be needed to be added up or analyzed in some way. Once results have been obtained, what should be done with them? What decisions will they influence? With whom should results be shared? Such questions are to be analyzed. Too often, valid, reliable, vitally important results end up unused. It is important that the results reach the right people on time. Similarly, it is important that the results are given in a way that is understandable. The major purpose of information is to assist in decision making. Feedback of results may go to any or all of the potential information users. The potential information users are project beneficiaries and the project staff. Project beneficiaries are those persons or groups who participated directly with the project, and the project staff are field staff, administrators and trainers. Next, the new tools that are used for PAM. Two-way communication is encouraged through tools. A range of possible tools ensure the tools appropriate to the community are chosen. Traditional information gathering is considered and tried before tools are introduced. Tools ensure the participation of the communities. There are many tools that serve the purpose of the methods mentioned previously. Each tool serves either all the methods or few of them are used. Let us see the methods that are used or served for the purpose of the tools. First, community problem analysis, that is CPA, participatory baselines, that is PB, participatory monitoring and ongoing evaluation, PMOE, and participatory evaluation events, PEE. Let us see each tool and how the methods are used for their purpose. For group meeting tool, it serves all the methods. Next, drawing or discussion. For this, CPA, that is community problem analysis, participatory baseline and evaluation events. Next, posters. This serves the purpose of participatory baseline and evaluation events. Next, flannel boards. For this, CPA, that is community problem analysis, participatory baseline and evaluation events. Next, open-ended stories. For this, CPA, PB and EE again. The next one is unserialized posters. For this, the method that serves is CPA. The next is community case studies. For this, participatory baseline and evaluation events are served. Next, historical mapping. For this, the methods are CPA and PB. Next, semi-structured interviews. For this, PB and EE. Next tool is ranking, rating and sorting. For this, three methods, that is CPA, PB and EE are used. Next is community environmental assessment. For this, participatory baseline and participatory monitoring and ongoing evaluation are used. Next, survival surveys. For this, the method is PMOE, participatory monitoring ongoing evaluation. Next is participatory action research. For this again PMOE is used. Next, tool, maps and mapping. All the methods are served. Next tool, farmers own records. For this, PMOE and EE are served. Next, community financial accounts. For this, PMOE and EE methods are used. The next is SWOT analysis. For this, evaluation event is used. Next, puppet theatre and popular drama. For both CPAs, PB and evaluation events are used. Next is community directed visual images. For this again CPA, PB and EE are used. Next is community directed tape recordings. For this PB and evaluation event use. And the last is community directed video. For this PB and evaluation event are served. Now let us see each tool. What does the tool actually mean? Group meetings are beneficiary for community information gatherings and communication of information. Next, drawing and discussion. It encourages creative and critical participation in an inquiry process. Next is community directed murals and posters. This provide visual objective statements to develop community extension messages. Next is flannel boards. It is used in a participatory way to raise, discuss and rank issues according to priorities as per the community needs. Next is open-ended stories. These are used to facilitate discussion within a group to fill in the leftover part of the story, which can be either the beginning, the middle or the end part. Next is unserialized posters. This consists of a set of posters which depict local incidents in the community, usually over a long period of time, that assist in making a chronological record of village history. The pictures can cover the community's history, problems, beliefs, practices, values and issues. Next is community case studies. This helps increase knowledge and understanding the community by the community itself through information gathering and analysis of the community. Next is historical mapping. This assists in documenting either in pictures, writing or symbols the history of the community or beneficiary group to stimulate discussion of why and how a problem arose. Next tool is semi-structured interviews. This provides a framework for focused, conversational, two-way communication to obtain information from individuals or groups. The next tool is ranking, rating and sorting. This encourages people to make and then evaluate choices whether individually or in a group. It is a simple and inexpensive tool for obtaining information about how people make choices, why people make choices and what choices they make. The next tool is community environmental assessment. This provides a framework for group observation and value judgment over the environmental effects of planned and completed activities. The next is survival surveys. This measures the amount of community interest in the project or the program. Also determines the reason for mortality. The next tool is participatory action research. This is used to monitor specific aspects of participatory action research. Basic to all is a consistent, comparative and systematic measurement of some key indicators which will show the effects of the interventions. The next tool is maps and mapping. Plan and design project elements with the community or beneficiaries. Monitor and evaluate changes in land use through comparison. The next tool is farmer zone records. To test and compare old practices and new practices and to define future research and development priorities for improving the technology. The next is community financial accounts. This utilizes basic single entry bookkeeping techniques that has receipts, input or output columns, etc., to record, monitor and evaluate financial information. The next is SWOT analysis. A simple categorized framework allows groups to analyze and evaluate issues. The next is popular drama. This is to develop the consciousness of rural population through the use of local media such as dance, song, drama, mime, etc. The next tool is puppet theatre. Puppet theatre has the same objectives as popular theatre, but this medium is especially useful because the puppets are not viewed as real people. They can therefore confront sensitive situations. The next tool is community directed visual images. Visual images can be produced easily and economically using local available skill or cameras and photographers. The next tool is community directed tape recordings. These are used to record interactions, stories, drama, etc. between community members or relay message outside community. Next tool is community directed video. This is to empower local people and to help them get their message to decision makers and other interested parties through video production. PAM has benefits for both insiders and outsiders in decision making. Both need information related to the project and meeting the quality criteria of accurate, timely, useful, understandable, relevant and cost effective. Both can have benefits encouraging the quality of sustainability and self-help. This helps in making the project successful and also for longer positive impact on the community. Through PAM, outsiders can know what are the needs and constraints of the community and serve them better as per their satisfaction. Also, the insiders can learn different analytical skills and new perspectives for information gathering in gaining command over the project. Based on the experienced workshop, field staff has designed the strengths and weaknesses of insiders and outsiders in project evaluation. Here in the table you can see the strengths and weaknesses of insiders and outsiders. The insiders' strengths are to evaluate their own objectives, responsive decisions, intuitive, analytical skills, aware of community dynamics and instant feedback to the community. And the weaknesses are poor feedback to outsiders, subjective, have a stake in decision made, peer pressure experienced, afraid to challenge power. The strengths of outsiders are have extra time, can represent poorer fractions of community, not afraid to speak up. And the weaknesses are poor feedback to outsiders, only outsider objectives or values, determine terms of measurement and have no real stake in community. The workshop concluded that if both of them are blended together, then they can make better meaning of monitoring and evaluation. The focus of PAM is divided into primary focus and secondary focus. The primary focus on the information needs of the communities, while the secondary focus is on the information needs of the project. To guarantee these focus, the role of the field staff is to seek constant support from the project management and also the government as the information is obtained meets the quality criteria. Field staff are the facilitators of PAM. They focus on the participatory skills, analytical skills, problem solving skills, evaluating skills of the insiders and also interpret it to outsiders. A good facilitator will respect the knowledge and creativity of people and view them as equal partners in the development process. Effective PAM facilitators will have a broad understanding of the basic concepts of PAM and the kinds of methods and information gathering tools available to foster participation. They will resist imposing ideas or convincing people, instead offering a range of options for a particular situation. They must be willing to look at ways to adapt and develop ideas. Through experience, a project staff in Thailand have derived certain characteristics of leadership styles. They are of two types: authoritarian and participative. The benefits of PAM can be realized at any project stage. Some projects involve community for decision making right from the beginning. Some projects include as they are proceeding, and some even at the final evaluation that are doing participatory evaluation. Whatever stage or phase can be, PAM is sure to yield success for the project and the community. Any doubts?
Yes, I have a question. Field staff, are they the insiders or outsiders?
Field staff are the outsiders. They play the role of facilitators of PAM, that is, they foster participation of insiders as well as they constantly seek support and communicate with other outsiders such as administrators and trainers. Any more questions? Well then, this is all about PAM, that is participatory assessment, monitoring and evaluation. Thank you.